what's a one-way. It's a two-way because what it writes is just as important as what it reads from you, and vice versa. That's like not in accordance with what I wanted. That helps condition the model. If you copy and paste something that the model said and you use that, you're reinforcing that. So that's just very important to note that don't just think it's just you prompting in and you're like, oh, I'm just prompting in. It's a one way. It's a two-way because what it writes is just as important as what it reads from you, and vice versa. Again, if you disagree with the output, regenerate the response or correct it where you think it went wrong. And again, we're throwing in some caveats like include the use of to what extent. So it's just saying that it's explaining something, it's writing something. Okay, to what extent? So to double back to our notes, we said to seek to attain a probability in terms of a percentage of what it believes its own margin of error is. So again, seek to attain probability in terms of percentage for what it believes its own margin of error is. Like give me a margin of error for give me a probability in terms of percentage for you think the margin of error is. And can you give a percentage for what you think your margin of error is? And then if it gives a percentage, to ask what went into the creation of that as a percentage, right? Okay, so we want to build in its own perception of its margin of error. This is important. We want to build in its own perception of its margin of error. And it can do that by outputting a confirmation of that, right? Saying, okay, what's the margin of error where we produced a percentage? Is this anchored to something? Have it give a response like, okay, well, rationalize why you gave that percentage and then see, okay, well, does that confirm with what I was looking for? And then you can include this as a probability next to each of its responses and then have it reflect what we would seek to contextualize in terms of call and response, right? Again, next we would like, in quotes, percentages of confidence. You can work in this mathematical notation where it's giving you percentages of confidence in relation to what exactly? Maybe you can frame it so you're actually getting reasonable percentages of confidence based on whatever the context that it's being framed in, right? And again, we would like percentages of confidence based on the reflection of confidence that you think that I would have for said items. Percentages of confidence based on the reflection of confidence that you think that I would have for said items. Okay, what do you think that percentage of confidence would be that I would have for the output that you produced versus the reflection of confidence that you would have for presenting said items to me? Again, this goes back to closing this object-subject gap, right? What is it producing for you, and what does it think that your expectations are in relation to the tokens that it's conjuring to produce that next best fit? Percentages of confidence based on the reflection of confidence that you think that I would have for said items. Percentages of confidence that the large language model would think that I would have as the subject for said items versus the reflection of confidence that you would have, that the large language model would have, the reflection of confidence that the large language model would have for presenting said items to me. Again, this is to close that object-subject gap.